Jolan, true Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command. Orion Pirates, I'm Fleet Admiral Tarek of the battleship RIS Fetus. As we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets, and we have successfully managed to get the hook going on. Not quite a full hook, but good enough for what we're doing now. It took us so long to grab the planet somewhere around here, 9-5 I think it was, that I'm going to be satisfied with the current surround that we've got going. So let us continue our campaign of marauding and bashing and attacking important Federation places and destroy things. The Fetus, of course, well designed to annihilate things. And our first mission back is all hands to battle stations. It does appear to be a light cruiser and a heavy cruiser. Are you actually Federation light cruisers? We are supported today by the Poacher, which is apparently a pirate backup that we decided to take on. We'll make sure we come along here and set our plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode. Gonna need that anyway. And yes, it does appear to be a Federation new command cruiser. And a light cruiser over here, which I'm going to assume, yeah, an HDW-X2, so an alphabet soup destroyer. Will be equipped with 2 to 3 photon torpedoes, a couple of missile launchers, decent phaser armament. We were in one for a long time. It's a very effective ship. And a third vessel has shown up. It is the CVP. And some sort of light patrol carrier? Not sure. Doesn't really matter. I mean, this is an interesting setup to go up against, don't get me wrong, but they don't have the firepower to break us. Although we probably will wipe out this heavy cruiser in not quite one pass. We'll take out his shields in one pass and we'll deal a decent amount of damage through it, but set our phasers to overload. So basically all our heavy weapons are set to ready to rock and roll. Is this a graphical glitch? Yes, it is. The weapon is charging fine. And we are putting 35 points of energy into that forward shield. Oh, the amount of energy that gets freed up once the phaser capacitor is fully charged is hilarious. Let's set that a little bit down so we have some more options once the fight actually begins in earnest. So set our course. I think we'll fire one of the S's and an R, and that should bait out the Wow Weasel. So let's go ahead and go 4 and 2. A bit late. He did get some accurate fire on that forward shield, but we're sending so much extra power into it that it doesn't matter. Although apparently we're asking for 109 points of power. I don't quite know what the maximum of that is. Alright, select R-type plasma torpedo, select S-type plasma torpedo, fire the pseudos, and we will see if we can't bait out the proper shuttle. And the Poacher soaring on in, it is some kind of carrier, and moving in an excellent protective position of us. Are you going to respond to that? I assume that you will. There it is. That's the response we were expecting and looking for. Select all plasma torpedoes, and I don't really want to deploy my... Yeah, I don't want to deploy my pseudo-frigates in this. Yeah, 3 photon torpedoes, 4 missile launchers, which are really good at wiping out, you know, pseudo-frigates. So wait for him to sort of get up to speed, and we'll basically be able to annihilate him with everything we've got. All plasma torpedoes are selected. He's almost up to speed. Come on, we need to get him to 4 before the Wild Weasel effect goes away. And wow, defensive plasma torpedo going nuts there. There we go. All plasma. Wow, it was one blast. I had mentioned that we were hoping we could kill it in one blast, but I did not expect us to be able to do so. Plasma torpedoes back to normal mode. We did lose a little bit of charging on that. Oh crap. I think there's no point in being cloaked anymore. Ow. So yeah, the CVP's fighter group has just completely shredded one of our shields and put us under. They've also dealt some power damage and wiped out a phaser, so we're going to cloak for a little bit so that we can sort of reform, rearm, and recommit to what we're doing. So plasma torpedoes are set on normal mode. Phasers, we're going to keep on overload. We're not using them for point defense now anyway. And I do kind of want to pop out a cloak real quick to open fire, but we're going to wait for them to shoot their phasers there. So let's come out of cloak. As we come out of cloak, he decided to open fire. We have incoming weapons fire. There we go. One group of fighters is down. We have no phasers available and an exposed shield towards the HDW. We got to focus on the fighters first. They're the most important target right now. So he's down to a single unit. Let's see, do I have any phasers that can shoot him? Not really from this range. Keep patching, although we are putting out enough ECCM to stop him from doing anything. Tractor defense is active, and I'd like to get within a range of 5, but there we go. We got him just before he could get home. Excellent. So we're currently holding a couple of missiles on our tractors. Dump a mine. Let's get some speed going here. I don't want to be skulking around at such a low speed. That is the big one, of course. And who do we want to focus on next? The Cochrane is not super dangerous once his fighters are dealt with. Let's focus on the Vega here, because the Vega can deal a lot of damage, and we have taken a decent amount of pain. What hit that? Can you shoot down the nuclear space? Oh no, it must have been a missile must have gone through it. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, so we're getting ready for another phaser blast. Phasers are set to overload. Our phaser capacity is at full power, so we're going to fire a couple of missiles at a time. And a little bit closer, and let's open them up. Alright, not able to hit him with any plasma torpedoes at this time, but that's fine. Continue to follow through with a whole bunch of... Wow. Did not expect light phaser fire like that to do him in, but it did. So, dump into the mine, right in his face, make him have to deal with that. He has relaunched his fighter group, and we don't have any weapons right now to engage him with. We're just stuck with our plasma Ds. I would like to get a turn going on, but you're going to get in here well before I can get that done. So let's send a plasma torpedo your way. Although, now that I think about it, and I remember this from the manual, enveloping plasma torpedoes are the way to go when fighting fighters. And it just hit me why. Because the enveloping plasma torpedo does double damage, and the fighter doesn't take any, doesn't have any shields to burn that up. Luckily, his attempt to evade the plasma torpedo has meant that we can get a full turn going on. He still got hit, only 10 damage, not a huge amount, but it will mean that when we actually close for the attack, we'll be able to hit him like a ton of bricks. So, phaser's fully armed and ready to rock, and we'll hit him now. That was all our phasers. Okay, all of our forward phasers have fired. Let's, this, and not quite ready yet. So, this, and then this, and then this. Yeah, there we go. It freaked him out enough. He was finally deciding, oh, he must be shooting his weapons in a horrifically staggered fashion. And we have... Oh crap, did I actually shoot... No, I didn't. So why did his shuttle explode? No comprende. Where is that shuttle? Is it just sitting there? Or did you launch a scatter pack? If that scatter pack unloads, I'm gonna just laugh, because we'll be able to basically hit him for free. Yeah, that I'm not seeing any attack shift, but it could just be a function of stopping it. So let's hit him now. All the plasma into him right now. Follow up with the phaser fire and end him. So mission complete. Excellent work all around. The target has been eliminated. Or targets. It was an interesting run. I mean, sending a heavy cruiser and 2 light cruisers, one of which a carrier. That could have worked in the hands of a player. But not so much in the hands of the AI. And we've neutralized the tile. That's excellent. We'd like to capture, if at all possible. Unfortunately, there is a surprise reversed. An tactical opportunity has occurred in the area, and we cannot afford to let this one slip through our fingers. So, of course, we will go on this. Red alert, increase speed. We are currently being escorted by the Bread Beast, and the Captivity. One of you was a capital X ship. Who was it? So this apparently is a pirate capital X frigate here. Apparently they believe that a certain number of X-type phasers and a single MIRV launcher with 2 quick-firing C-Racks is enough to justify that. Currently scoring off against a pirate group. So frigate, 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 and frigate. So just a whole bunch of frigates. Not even like an especially dangerous set of frigates. Interesting problem. Plasma torpedoes set to enveloping. By the time we make it there, they'll be ready to go. And by the time we accelerate to high enough speed for it to matter, well, I don't know, we may not have to, we may not ever get to that speed. Let's increase the speed of time, because we are just going across empty space at this point. And wait for the plasma weapons to charge. Do we need the enveloping weapons? No. Will it make things easier? Possibly. It basically has doubled our damage output, so that could be enough to, you know, wipe out the enemy. Starting to get some power back. And almost ready with all weapons. There we go. Slow down the speed of time to something a little bit more reasonable. Hi, you're going to get this and this. I really think that I'm going to need another F-type plasma torpedo on that one. You're going to get the 2 Rs. That'll be 200 damage. Because each one does 50 times 2 is a lot more than that. Good. This will be 200 damage. Wow, we only needed the 1. I'm kind of disappointed now. Any plasma we've got left? All phasers, get ready to hit him with everything we've got. Also slow way down. Because, you know, we are going quite fast for this. Hits. He's dead. And this... Oh, turned a little bit. This. And then this. And the reason we did that is because we want him to eat the phaser fire. Yep. That ate the phaser fire. And then do we have any phasers that can quite get in range? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. The entire enemy force was destroyed before they had any idea what the heck was going on. And 300 prestige for that little operation. No neutralized tile, but I didn't really expect it. It is a relatively close-in tile. We're starting to really kind of hit the heart of the Federation. I know we're on the northern half of it, but that's where most of the Federation seems to be concentrated. Red alert to increase speed. We are currently squaring off against a heavy cruiser and a light cruiser. The heavy cruiser is a CVD and an NCD. Okay, so not 100% sure on you, but you're a carrier. You're a dangerous carrier. Make sure that we go plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode, phasers to overload, and zoom in just a little bit. And you can see he's a carrier because he's got the little side hatch doors. Another wonderful thing about the way they took a whole bunch of designs and just added a little tweaks to make sure that you could tell what their role was. If the best example of that I can point to in the Federation fleet, because this is mostly the Federation ships, most of the time was spent making the Federation ships look really good. The thing that I can point to the most is the battle cruisers. If you ever want to see just a graphic example of small changes per type of variant, look at the Kirov, the Bismarck, and the third one. Don't quite remember its name. Doesn't matter. But all three of the battle cruiser carriers, or all three of the battle cruisers, have a different hull piece on them to indicate what they were sort of training and specializing with. So it's really cool to look at. And then, of course, there's the Excelsior, which looks completely different to all of them. Another light cruiser. Yeah, another light cruiser. It's an NACX. So an NCD. I almost want to say your commando transport. Almost, but not quite. We should be able to kill you in one volley. Then we'll focus on you with Marines, I think. This is a yeah, definitely going to focus you with Marines. I think this is a circumstance where we are going to bring out the trump card. The amount of firepower that we get for, well, the amount of sort of game-breaking capability you get from just having a bunch of transporters is kind of hilarious. And a little bit sad, but mostly hilarious. The simple fact of the matter is the AI does not handle boarding parties well. It doesn't seem to quite understand how they're supposed to defend against it. And so when they start losing ships to boarding parties, they go nuts. The main thing that I'm thinking of is the fact that they will immediately focus all their firepower on the ship that's been boarded. Like, they are terrified about it. So we'll just trundle in nice and slowly. He's launched all of his fighters. That's going to be a pain. And are we working 4 and 2? Because we want to make sure that we hit like a truck. And he also has an attack shift of 3 right now, thanks to the shuttle, which will go away once he hits a speed of 4, so there will be that. I think Fire Cloak. Yeah, that's probably our best bet here. Long-range fire coming from the NAC. So engage with everything. And I kind of want to engage you with a single S-type plasma torpedo. Because I have it, I may as well use it. And I don't think that'll invoke a response from you. It might, and if it does, that's not too bad. So we'll go into Cloak, plasma torpedoes back to normal mode. So we're just going to stand... Wow, that got a Wild Weasel response. Interesting. So who are we facing left? The NAC is equipped with 2 photon torpedo... Oh, so a new drone cruiser? No, that can't be right. Because it's got 3 missile launchers and 2 photon torpedoes. And 2 phaser X's and... Wow, that's a lot of Gatling phasers. Okay, so this is just the absolute knockout punch of close range here. If he hits us with those Gatling phasers, it's good night, Irene. Let's try and focus on the heavy cruiser carrier, because this I can take. You, I could also take. I could straight up just take you if I decloak. There he goes. That's what I was waiting for. We're going to pass relatively close to you. Wait for the fighters. Wait for the fighters. Because I think they should have enough. Yeah. There they go. Their opportunity to work. So we'll come out of cloak now. All weapons select. We're going to hit them like a ton of bricks. We've equaled. So we've currently equaled his rate, which means we lose that fight. Because we do need to come up with something that is superior to what he can field. Another mine. Regular mine. Not anything special here. Not yet. His fighters are starting to get close. Let's engage with them. Starboard side plasma torpedo. I am going to commit an S to this. You first if I can. Yep, because you'll die. And you're dead? And you. Phasers, any kind. Nope, you went home. You're fine. Target you. And there we go. Another good hit through. Oh no, we're winning that fight. Oh yeah, because we hit them with all those phasers and all those Marines died. Phasers to you? No, don't need it. So you're next, and I'm going to hit you with any pseudo-torpedo I've got left. Because I've got him. The carrier is fully sorted. He's done. But you, on the other hand, we do need to kill. Any phasers at all? No. Okay, so we'll just coast down to a stop. We've got him. No problem. Yeah, 1 to 5. So we're just going to slowly come onto a stop here. All plasma torpedoes are selected. I wonder what happens to the fighters when I capture the carrier. Do I get them or do they self-destruct? We will never know. Because the fighters are all dead. Target captured. Final ship destroyed. Mission complete. The grant is ours. I was legitimately a bit concerned with that mission. Mainly because it was 3-on-1. One of them was a heavy cruiser and there were carriers involved. 440 prestige is an excellent amount of prestige to earn for that. And the tile taken. Oh, lovely and wonderful. So let us continue to hunt for the enemy. Oh, this tile, this poor tile. It's surrounded by a planet and 2 stations. We have not been using our pseudo-frigates, but that's mainly because the opponents we've been fighting, I don't feel are suitable for us to engage with pseudo-frigates, because it's dangerous, and I don't want to spend 248 prestige to replace them. Plasma torpedoes to enveloping. I saw something huge over there, so we're gonna play this a bit safe, and also make sure that we are not behind this time. I'll slow down a little bit, not too much, just so we can go 4 and 2. That'll put us just barely on the side of the budget where we can't quite afford to do anything else. Also, at this time, we'll go shielding to forward shielding, maximum reinforcement. We are currently squaring off only against a single battleship. Are you a battleship or a battleship carrier? I'm going to guess carrier. Yes, I was right, a BBVX. Not sure why. I think there's a roll bar that's missing here, but I'm not 100% sure on that. However, on the Hot and Spicy forums, someone has posted an absolutely gorgeous Federation battleship model. And God, I want that model, because it is just absolutely lovely. Like, I would really like it. You should go check it out. If you haven't already, go check out the Hot and Spicy forums. Their modeling section, someone's posted an FBB that is just... I love the colors, I love the shape, I love the design. It's just so perfect. Anyway, let's focus on this battleship carrier that we are going to annihilate. And this is a circumstance where launching the fighters is... no, because he's a battleship carrier. Launching the fighters would be suicidal. We will fire, of course, all these pseudo-torpedoes. Once we start getting a little bit close over range, I want to bait it out. And I don't want to wait too long, because I do want to cloak to duck the fighters. So we'll make our turn now. He did fire pretty much all of his weapons anyway. So we will be able to avoid it just a little bit. And where's the response? Come on. There it is. There's his crash stop. It's not much of a crash stop, but it's a crash stop. And they did fire all of their weapons into it. And he's still got an attack ships of 1, but that's only because of the shuttle right now. Slow down. Cloak. Slow way down. This is going to be an interesting thing. They're going to open fire at a range of 3. Once he hits a speed of 4 is when he, can stop being under the effect of the weapon. So there go all the fighters. Decloak now. So we ducked under his fighter screen. It's just like the scene from the last Starfighter. So we slipped underneath the fighter screen. Now we can blast everything we've got. Is that a scatterpack or just a normal missile launcher? Just normal missile launcher, surely. And good hits on there. Dump a mine here. Bouncing a whole bunch of damage on that. How are you for Marines? 21! Oh, that's not quite happening. You, plasma torpedo. Please fire. There we go. Thank you. Need the battleship. Thank you. All weapons. Oh, you dropped your shields just in time to get shot. Let's slow down a bit. Just to chunk some damage. Increase the speed, actually. Oh, crap. Cloak, cloak, cloak now! Oh, we can't cloak. We're holding on to his missiles. fire and hope that we take out his Gatling phasers. I don't think we quite took out his Gatling phasers, but we have pretty badly mauled him. How many fighters you got left? There go the Gatling phasers. Ouch. That hurt. You called them all back? Did you call them all? He did call them all back. Time for us to go to work. We only have one? Oh yeah, I remember now. We lost him. Continue to engage with fighters. Hopefully, or not fighters, but plasma torpedoes. Not even plasma torpedoes, phasers. Slow down a bit. All of our stern phasers have just come active, but I don't want to activate my stern phasers. Keep firing. Nope, we're not going to have a shot for a while, actually. I think we do have to turn to sort of bring the rest of our weapons on. I don't want to reveal this, but we may have to. So hoping we turn all the way through on this one. We really should start switching our systems so that we're covering the rear shields. But I think we've dealt enough damage. A little bit of patchwork, nothing too big, nothing too special. Our phasers are currently exhausted, and I'm not willing to risk a high energy turn. Hey, Marines, go! Ow! Dropped my shields for 2 seconds. He put a photon torpedo right into it. So let's do this. Return to me and disappear. We basically won the fight. We just need to let the Marines do their job. So we'll get down under cloak and skulk along, and I'll stop. No reason to go fast. We'll wait for our Marines to do their job. 1 to 7. Yeah, this will be easy. Just gotta wait. These fighters are sitting there, swirling around. Okay, quickly check what happens to them. They stay enemy. That's so wonderful. Like, that makes sense. It makes so much sense, and I'm happy that happens. Well, that could be a very difficult fight going on. So we managed to capture another battleship, 402 prestige for an astounding victory, and a tile neutralized. Let's pop back home. We need a little bit of repair. Supply, 182 plus 19. We do need, of course, to buy one of our pseudo-frigates, which died. 237 prestige right there. Yeah, there's no better pseudo-frigate than the STHBs, because the Ls have fewer plasma torpedoes, but they're meant to be fast and light. And we are, of course, saving up for another King Condor to add to the fleet, and we will become even more powerful than ever before. Make sure that we restock the mines. Thank you. Also need to restock those Marines, make sure that we keep them in good supplies. They are immensely powerful. They are a trump card we can bring out if we ever start losing. And that will end the episode for today. We've managed to do some decent work, captured a station, putting the pressure on, starting to threaten the planets at the heart of the Federation. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.